I quit my super secure job in the NFL and moved to Europe, specifically Lisbon, Portugal. Let's head over to my apartment and we'll talk a little bit more. All right, let's see here. Let's see, am I framed up okay? This is kind of hard. I'm trying to frame it up with my Apple Watch to the iPhone. I think it looks good. Bear with me. I mean, this is my first vlog. Welcome to my channel. And it's kind of a little bit yellow, and maybe I can do a white balance. Hopefully that is done now, and it looks better. Again, welcome to my channel. My name is Joel. I have quit my job of over 21 years with an NFL team called the Los Angeles Chargers. Go Chargers! Left it all behind and moved to Lisbon, Portugal. That's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy just to think about that. Yeah, working for an NFL team, right, is probably pretty much a dream job for most people. And it was definitely exciting. I'm sure one of the best jobs I've ever had. I've had many jobs, but that does come with a cost. I was working all the time. I mean, literally, I would say for most of my career, I worked 6 days a week, and I was on call. I worked in the digital media aspect of the Chargers. We were a very small team at the beginning. It grew, which as we started to grow, it made it a lot better, but still the responsibilities were enormous. And so the pressure was really high at all times. And you might think, well, what do you have to do? You're not like a coach, you're not a player. Well, the business side is just as important, and there's just as much pressure. And with a team like the Chargers that I was with, you know, one of the big pressures is selling tickets and selling sponsorship. In the digital world, everything's kind of converging into digital. It had a lot of pressure to make sure this was very profitable and entertaining, which we accomplished many of that, but it's still one of those jobs that just, I mean, it is relentless. The NFL never sleeps. It's almost 365 days a year. There's always something going on. I mean, you have your regular season, you have your postseason, you have the Super Bowl, and then you have the off season, which I always thought the off season was busier than the regular season. You can get hit out of the blue with something that will change your whole week. Some news, a player signing, you name it, like whatever you can think of, even the worst, right? A player gets in a car accident or does something stupid. You have to address it, especially in social media nowadays. So, I mean, it was just like, off seasons were pretty much the worst in my opinion, mainly because you just could not anticipate what was coming next many times. Now they do have like the draft, the combine, they have all these events going on during the off season, so it keeps you busy, but then you have these things out of the blue and you're just like on edge waiting for something because you're kind of addicted to that kind of something happening all the time. So anyways, it really can burn you out. I'm actually surprised they made it over 21 years. I think it attests to the people that I worked with, the organization. There's just so many like cool things about it that I really enjoyed. But I knew that I could not do this for the rest of my life. And even if you're not in like the sports world, it's just, you know, staying in a company for over 21 years, that is tough. I mean, you have people coming and going all the time. You're reinventing yourself and you're always trying to prove yourself as new management comes in and new management leaves. It's pretty tough to stay that long. But I did, and I enjoyed it. Very thankful. It's been amazing. Looking back, I actually think, looking back, I'm kind of a bigger Chargers fan now than I was when I was working there. Because I think when you work for a team specifically, your emotions can go up and down when you're a fan. When you're working, you need to stay level key. That probably doesn't make sense, but if you work for an NFL team or any sports team, you probably understand what I'm saying. Super excited though that earlier this year I decided to pull the trigger and leave my job. You know, I probably would have done it a couple of years earlier, but it was during the pandemic. I was thinking right before the pandemic, I was about ready to leave, and then boom, whole world changed. And I was like, what? I don't think I'm gonna do this right now. And of course, I stayed around a couple more years, and we were all working remotely. So that was nice because I was able to stay in San Diego and work there while the team was up in LA, and that made it pretty great in all honesty. As we started to come back into the office, I knew that wasn't going to work because after going 2 years pretty much without having to commute up to LA, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this 2-hour commute every day. They did have, like, at the time, reduced where you could maybe come in a couple of days a week. I put in my notice, but it was scary because, you know, I am what you call, I guess, a super saver, or I mean, other people probably call it super cheap because I tried not to spend a lot of money and I saved a lot. And so as I was saving for a time like this where I could leave my job and move abroad. And, you know, pretty scary right now because some of the investments that I have really went down in 2022. So when you're doing something like this, it can be kind of scary. Hopefully it will all work out in the next few years. You know, maybe I'll have to come back to the US with my tail beneath my legs, but we'll see what happens. Right now, things are going really good. Living in a beautiful city of Lisbon. I have an awesome apartment. What I'm hoping with this channel is to kind of share different things about, you know, moving abroad, which if you're interested, leave a comment, any questions you have. I'm here on the D7 visa. That's what me and my wife got. And we brought our dog. And so I went through all the process of, you know, doing all this. So hopefully I can share with you to help you if you decide to make a move like this. One of the reasons we chose Portugal is not only is it a beautiful country and the people are friendly, they have a visa program which is more attainable than a lot of other countries, so in the EU at least. So that made it a little bit easier, but it's by no means an easy process, but it's a very doable process. And so I'd love to share that with you. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave it below. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to launch this channel and show you Lisbon and my whole life as an expat. And I'll be checking in here in the next few days with another video. So anyways, all right, that's it. Ciao. Hasta luego. Bye. I don't even know Portuguese. This is gonna be hard.